momentum ahead of the All-Star break. And Mystics fans filing in. Here we go. Washington and Portland Mystics control the opening tip, 12-10. They're sitting in 7th place, just a few games ahead of the All-Star break. This is their usual starting five, and they love to go to the interior to start things off. But pump fake and Onyenwere shakes loose. Area Finn going for the board. It's a jump ball.
Well, you saw Portland start the game in a man-to-man defense. They have been looking to improve in that area in terms of
Washington, of course, the 4 overtime victory the last time these two met. Amor played sparing minutes in that game after injuring the right knee. Whip to the corner. Area Finn for 3 off the mark. Onyenwere flying in.
And you also have to maximize possessions, but also Georgia Amor missed a cross match there. Shakira Austin was wide open on the slip cut. So they have to look for that moving forward offensively.
Fire playing without Megan Gustafson. Sarah Williams getting her first start at forward.
But they're just probably going to pack it in a little bit more with Sarah Williams staying more on the interior for the Fire.
Austin taking it right to Williams off the glass.
And did. And she needs to continue. And that's why I said, you know what, they've got to punish that painted area early and often until there are some adjustments made defensively by the Fire.
Now, Austin had a quiet night in the first meeting as the former Mystic Angsler gives it off to Barker, who gets the shooter's bounce on the dribble.
Yeah, Shakira Austin, though, even though she'd have a career-high 6 assists in the game, and she was just fantastic in terms of her playmaking ability.
Fantastic ball movement. Onyenwere can't capitalize. Also had 13 rebounds in that game. Late hounded by Amor. The defense, it's a foul. And the continuation.
Well, Carla Late has scored more than 10 points in 12 consecutive games, and she has been the reliable offense in this game. Washington, 30% snatchers of their offensive rebounds, and that is second best in the WNBA, as well as just under 10 offensive boards, but concise defensive rotations as well. You can't overhelp on this team because they love to get a piece of the paint and spray it out, but you can't commit too hard in those gaps.
Back into Austin. Split the double team. Continuing to work, but lost the handle.
Trying to take that pace and space away from her in there to create.
Angsler throws it away. Alex Sarama does. Thrown right into the hands of Carlton. Carlton transition, triple, no. Angsler flips it back. Late was there. Barker, baseline drive, up and under.
She didn't play in that last game with Washington. She was out. But I tell you what.
Amor, the floater goes down.
And that's the pace that Washington wants to play at. We're talking about Fire wanting to play with pace, but so do the Mystics. And Georgia Amor saw a sliver of space and decided to attack it with the float game.
Mystics fans, take tonight's game to the next level with Monumental Game Center. Receive live betting odds from Bet365 code or visit monumentalplus.com/Game Center to get in the game. Austin, the spin.
A really good job by Onyenwere to hold the cut. 3-point striker. She can space the floor, keeping that defender honest on the strong side. And it's fun to watch that, right? If I'm a 10-year-old boy or girl sitting in here, I'm learning from the fun that
into her game's career numbers. She's been averaging 19 points per game over the last 4 and really showing why a lot of us in the district believe she should have been an all-star.
Yeah, and 4 of 10 from 3 during that stretch and shooting 51% from 2 during that stretch. So she has really hit her stride as of late for sure.
Late, or as long as this one doesn't get too late into the night. Amor right downhill and draws the foul. That is so smart from Georgia.
Yeah, she knew that she had an advantage there and continued. No one stopped that straight line drive to the cup, so she said, guess what?
Out in June, they were having some defensive issues, felt like they got away from their defensive principles, have started to shore that up here in July.
Because of the CBA and the dates weren't out yet. So, you know, those of us who have had to book venues and get flowers and all that stuff ready, you can't back out of those bookings. So she is getting married this Saturday, so congrats to her.
Yeah, congratulations to Megan and David, her fiance, as Carlton holding up her end of the three-point shooting.
Well, she makes 2.5 of those a game, and you just have to know where she is. I mean, just what a journey she has had, and she has written an op-ed about her advocacy of mental health and how important that is to her, so levels to that.
Strong take from Onion. Favorite things about athletes in this era is the willingness to talk about mental health, as Carlton misfired.
They're getting those shots up. Carlton wants to get those. She just hit one in transition on the last possession.
Barker able to get downhill, and a blocking foul on Onion Were.
And that's what Barker can do. I mean, she played at Alabama. She scored 45 direction if you want to, but if you're not established as a legal guarding defender, she's going to make you pay.
Barker also missed a game. Her brother got married, Braxton, and his new wife, Eve, and she's back on the floor. Early 7-point lead for the Fire as Barker getting down on the block, too strong.
Really good stick arm defense there by Sonia Citron, walling up right there at the rim.
Late top of the key, in and out. Flores played monster minutes in that.
Yeah, William, because she couldn't take it, she was off balance on that one. But it was a good look.
Late springing loose over the outstretched hands, all Betts had to do.
But you can be disruptive by getting 2 straight arms up in the air.
Ariafin tried to hand it off to Citron. Another turnover committed by the Mystics.
Too tight spacing there between the two of them. Beat that like a drum, Kiki.
Oh, and then gonna pick up the offensive foul as Barker ran right into it. She's still down on the floor being helped to her feet. Good sign for her. Ariafin picks up the foul, and the ball
Diligence to locate early in transition, specifically on those triples. You see some zone here by Washington.
Good ball movement as Late gets past the defense. Too strong, and a foul called again. Ariafin had just picked up the foul prior to the timeout as Cody McMahon is going to get her first.
Yeah, those are those long run closeouts and rotations, and that's why that was one of the keys. Be concise in terms of being, because now you have more space to cover. But I think that's what happened with Cody there. She tried to rotate along that baseline and got there just
Huddle, what did you pick up in that last timeout?
Coach already is instilling some certain things tonight. He said pick up.
No, they know. And that's exactly what needs to change for them. They have to make that adjustment.
Laura dumps it inside, tapped away. Booner tracks it down.
With her top leg in front to seal and lock in there. Didn't let her set up.
Betts, thought she got all ball. Instead, going to be whistled for the foul. Sorry, the 4th team foul on the Mystics here in the quarter.
Let's take a look at
We've seen that from Betts a couple of times this season.
Right there, she's driving like that to the basket, so you're going to try to slow down and get that arm in.
Citron, count it, plus the foul.
Fantastic patience right there by the Washington Mystics coming down. They blitzed Shakira Austin in the coffee in the fray. Finished right there nicely at the rim.
Citron is coming off of a career low, just 2 points. Things well that contributed to the win.
Yeah, she was a plus 19, the highest on the team, so you don't have to score all the time.
Booner laced the 3, and that's what's so here this season.
She's embraced it, and she wants that for herself, and everyone wants that for her, but she's continuing to get incrementally better, 1% better if you will.
Grabs the rear at this quarter.
Better defense, number one, and we've talked about that, but on the offensive side, they just need to get into earlier offensive opportunities and take care of the basketball. Because, I mean, I know that was a deflection, but had she gotten that deflection with the outside hand, they would have been going the other way. She got it with the inside hand and it went out of bounds. But you got to fake her pass to make in the passing lanes. You got to use that against them. Back screen here trying to get Prosper free.
Citron has to let it go at the buzzer. Air ball shot clock violation. You mentioned
they're playing the pick and rolls a little tighter. Those dribble handoffs, they're up and over the top there and getting those hands in the way. And those deflections, that gets disruptive and disjointed for you if you're the Mystics.
Carlton already with a couple of three-pointers. Out to Engsler, lets the defense fly by. Good closeout from Austin to Williams. Avoided 2 players for the lay-in.
Well, even though Austin got off of her feet, I thought that she recovered nicely and was still able to get back down inside. But right now, Portland is
taking a timeout just 1:06 into the corner as Austin laid a huge screen at midcourt. Sachon can't capitalize. A battle for the ball. It belongs to Portland. The defense for Washington has been the calling card. Juliana, how do they get back to that?
Hey guys, well the Mystics team is normally one of the strongest elite teams in the league on defense. They own the 3rd best defensive rating in the league and it's been fueling their win surge. But they have to stay true to their defensive habits tonight. And Coach Sidney pregame told me that sustaining that level of defensive intensity comes down to intentionality. It's not only about...
Thanks, Juliana. Looking for some intentionality on offense as well. Into Iriefin, taken away. Late's been leading the charge for the Fire, 9 points. But Iriefin was slow to get up there. Williams took advantage.
saw her lap up a little gimpy, and then at the end of the game, we got hit in the face. Seems to be okay right now, although she did give up that position down in the paint defensively on that last play. Sitting in that zone, and it's tough. They gotta keep moving them.
That's nice ball movement. Austin pays it off.
Yeah, they got it to the second side and then got it back, relocating right in front of the rim to finish.
Now, Washington did overcome a double-digit deficit in the win at Toronto. They trailed in that game by 11 in the second quarter. The find from Williams to Engsler.
Oh man, what a nice hook pass, if you will. Put the flip of the wrist on activity downstairs to Engsler. Nicely executed by the Fire on that.
Prosper lost her balance. Gets back on the feet.
Well, if the Fire is going quarter.
Bet's too hot to handle.
Just got to send it right in. A bounce pass at the top right there is tough.
Out to Booner, three-pointer.
Knocking in these threes, and that is something that Washington can ill afford. They're 5th best in the WNBA. You got to honor that.
Austin finds the space.
She sliced herself right in between 2 defenders here. Austin did a great job there of continuing to attack.
Booner, short range, no. Austin grabs it. 10 three-pointers in the first meeting. That's a season high. Prosper, baseline. Out to Austin, 3. And a foul on the floor. It's going to go against Georgia Amor.
Well, too bad on that play that ends up in a foul, because Sonia Citron was on the weak side corner and Cass Prosper was walled up with 2 players. She was wide open here. And
turn of events for the Mystics.
And here's the Iverson action that Portland likes to run, the little double screen off those elbows. They try to get downhill with it.
Booner, top of the key, 3 of 3. You got to keep a hand on it.
But it's that action, right? If they're going to run that drop coverage right there has to be the gap.
The whip out to Prosper, corner. Triple goes down.
A nice ball reversal there for that triple try by Cass Prosper. Another floor stretcher for the Mystics in that force.
Extra pass finds Barker spotting up in the corner, and it is raining threes by the Fire. Austin trailing the play, may have gotten away with the travel, fell off the rim. Austin trailing the play, may have gotten away with the travel, fell off the rim, punched out of bounds.
Allowed Portland to make 7 threes. They averaged 9 made threes for a whole game, and they've made 7 at this juncture.
Nadia Opach misfires on the triple. Get things going offensively. Where do they start?
Getting the ball inside.
Oh, a beautiful assist. It's like they hear you every time.
I didn't want to run over your play call, but that's exactly what they needed to do. Go right into the paint, where they have been highly effective and efficient all season.
Oblak right down the lane. Mystics catching a break.
She tried to get that out of her hands quickly because Lauren Betts was right there in the weeds.
Nadia Opach picking up the foul. It's her first, team second of the quarter. Game.
Trying to move that zone around. Get it to the second side. Shakira trying to put some pressure on that lane line.
Catch and shoots. That's Geisel Suter, who has played sparingly over the last 8 games. Foul on Oblak.
Yeah, that off arm got right into Floreth. There's a discussion for the ball, but she was trying to catch it in place there. A little zig and a zag.
Geisel Suter stop and pop off the heel. The thing Johnson said about his team is they're always learning, always growing. They want to know more as Austin gets right to the block, spinning in the lane and 2.
I like the patience there by Washington. I was going to say at the beginning of the possession, they were coming down to the paint. They want to play inside out, and that's how they're going to continue to claw back into this game. The high percentage shots.
That time, Floreth going to get tabbed with the foul.
Create that space, put it on the floor as a big guard. That shot is in her wheelhouse for sure.
Engsler had the advantage. Washington has numbers. Austin in front, and a foul.
A good job there by Austin to contest late on that triple and then get up the floor and put pressure on the rim. This
will be the first free throws in the quarter for the Mystics. 5 of 7 so far, and even with the frequency with which they get to the line, the percentage not where.
If you can get players in foul trouble, that can pay dividends too moving forward in the game. So right now they've been able to get to the line several times, but again, to your point,
Portland in foul trouble the last time. 3 players fouled out in that 4 overtime contest. Williams the beneficiary.
Yeah, the split action there was really tough for Washington to guard. You got to be able to move on that slip. At the same time they're going, you got to be in action and getting that way.
Flora 3-pointer around and out. Prosper to Betts. Austin tripped up.
Yeah, but just going back to how Portland's offense is structured, as Shakira is taking some time here to get up and hopefully actions off of that. In Washington, they need to communicate a lot better in the quarter court on the defensive side.
Prosper 3, well short. Citron battling, throws it up at the buzzer, and a foul called.
Involved, but she has to include herself. I'm learning that as a mom. Like everybody else good, but you also have to put yourself on the list of things to check off the list as well.
Emily
right into the body of Amor.
She's battling right now with Iriafit.
She should take right to the basket and try to get her another foul in there. She was isolated.
Engsler hounding Citron, 5 to shoot, skip pass. Ball up, ball in, 4-3.
And that pass is going to be there. They are loading up on the strong side defensively again of locating that skip pass to the foul line extended wing.
Washington, they held Portland to just 1 of 7 from the floor over the final 4:49 of that second quarter that allowed them to get a little bit closer.
It was a 19 to 18.
Nice drive from Engsler.
Yeah, 19 to 18. That first half, 28 to 13, explosion of offense by Portland.
Ball movement, Iriafit backing down, Engsler too strong.
She got that disrupt her footwork there. I think she had Engsler where she wanted her with that seal.
Late over to Barker, good closeout. Engsler from the wing, off the mark. Austin running the floor again. Austin, no! Oh my! And tapped out of play by Late.
She could hear those feet by Emily. Feet up right to the middle of that square for that finish. Gotta focus at the end of that.
Short, rebound to Williams. For Portland, they want to push the pace. They don't want to let Washington get it set up in that half-court defense. As Late goes right to the rim, plus the foul.
Well, it was a drag screen action at the top, right? And offense by Portland on that. They are exploiting the drop coverage not being and plugging that gap to attack.
Second foul on Area Finn. First foul on Washington here in the quarters. The Fire still bring that soft full court pressure. Amor speeding down the floor. Portland's defense, they have been voracious tonight.
Right there, Georgia A. And that's okay. I mean, sometimes things aren't going to be the way you like them, but you still have to keep going and organize the offense and get it back to the top and reset.
Booner from the top, around and out on the triple.
So you can't kill your dribble either. Two things right there on the last two plays. And you can see Sydney Johnson in front of us a little exasperated because of it.
Short range, Onyenwere couldn't put it down, gets the ball. Area Finn going through Williams, her first points of the night.
But that's what happens when you take your time, and great things can happen if she continues to get those kinds of catches.
Booner, good defense here for Austin. That's going to be an offensive foul.
That was easy. Shakira Austin did a tremendous job there of walling up and disallowing.
Citron downhill, thrown away. Carlton passes it up to Booner. Good transition defense by the Mystics. Late, the pass to Williams, the easy lay-in.
Yeah, Onyenwere was too high on that side, trying for the drop-off deuce.
Back into Area Finn, just out of reach. Last touched by Washington. Well, Washington wanting to play some defense here on this possession. Late from 18, too strong.
But I like how Onyenwere defensive pressure was ever present. Williams did a good job of showing right there on Citron up top.
Area Finn to the rim. Area Finn, wall up through three.
She's a fighter.
Amor, three-pointer off the mark. Barker has the board.
And Area Finn just stays so hungry on the offensive boards. She's got to be able to cash some of those down. I mean, she's fighting that hard. The team needs to get a couple of those extra buckets, but that's what happens with inexperienced teams.
They have 16 turnovers to 20 opponent points. They have to contain the pick as rolls as well, as Coach Sydney Johnson was stressing. Guys.
Thanks, Juliana. Short on the three, another in the league in turnovers. It's Austin going right downhill, but falls off the rim.
But I like the push ahead action by the Mystics, trying to get those high percentage opportunities in the open floor. And it's patience, number one, right? And it's patience, number one. And we saw that in the second half of their last game against the Tempo.
Between initiating the offense quickly enough and having that patience to have that ball security.
You have to be composed, but and I think right now they're playing into the hands of the Fire, literally. You just have to make sure on their decisions with the basketball, for sure.
Austin,
here's the big guard ability and the initiator getting it off the glass and bringing it up the floor. And I love that. Flora tapped her hand like, you got it. Come on down and get us set up.
Off-ball foul on Nadia Opach. Her second team foul.
Austin has that vision, right, at 6'6", to be able to make plays, and it's not just to get it down in, but she has vision to see over top of players for the Fire.
One of the things that makes her such a difficult matchup. Surveying, whipped up top, Onyenwere, deep three, too strong, McMahon the board.
Nice work there by McMahon to keep the possession alive yet again. Washington has done a good job of crashing the O boards. They're gonna get some buckets down.
Austin for three, another O board, it's Area Finn.
Yep.
Into the body, just creating space.
Just a tough angle there for the finish.
Barker getting past the defense. Downhill, blocked! Oh, who else? That's a no-go zone.
Goodness. Oh my goodness. Now I love a block shot for sure, but that one.
Of the game. Pretty soon people are going to say blocks by Shakira Austin are a rite of passage as Booner That three-pointer won't fall.
It could be, you know,
Just like BG has been for years.
and she was Sonia Citron's last year on that screen in the preseason.
And Lauren Betts said the block by BG was her welcome to the W moment. Let's take another look. Man, Onyenwere tracks it down.
Horn set here, you can see Flora signaling for them to get structured.
Oh, tried to kick it back out to Austin, got caught underneath.
Got too deep.
Samuelson running the floor, lost the handle. Washington catching a break there, as that could have been disaster.
Samuelson, yeah, she lost the handle, but she also saw Kiki. She was side up.
Mention here the patter of feet. It reminds me of when my Frenchie tracks me down when he hears food. Same intent. McMahon, the step through, offhand, draws the foul.
Nice energy by Cody McMahon yet again. I mean, that's exactly what she does for this Washington Mystics team.
It's one of the reasons why Sydney Johnson loves Cody McMahon in transition, that speed and that physical.
Game for her on average this year.
Rebound, Iriafin. Iriafin falling away.
They go again with the Iverson, and then spread to the corner. High ball screen action by the Fire, trying to isolate inside.
Oh, Black, the runner goes.
That was just such a soft, but they spread the court out, put the three-point shooters in the corner, and that's how they're able to get those creases of space in the paint.
The double off to Iriafin. The ball movement, McMahon off balance short.
That pass several times, but I don't mind that mid-range opportunity.
Flora underneath the screen. Oh, Black makes her pay.
Can't do that, right? Get in a spinner. And then now you're as a 49% shooter from three, so you definitely can't go underneath that action.
That's asking for some help. Iriafin again on the low block, no call. Onyenwere tracks it down.
See if they can establish bets down in there on this slip. Two-player action here at the nail. There she goes. Yep.
Fourth founder, Betts lays it in.
There you go. There you go. So she was getting to the glass. And really made her presence felt for sure for the Mystics.
No points for Sonia Citron in the third quarter. Only 2 points for Austin in the third. Those are the leaders coming out of the half. Austin turns the corner, Big Red, getting big.
It looked like she was trying to get to the second side and get a reverse on that one, but got stuck underneath the rim on that. Right, her offense is definitely an asset, but she brings
To ride with Engsler with 5 fouls. Nobody up at the scorer's table for her yet, as Austin gets 1 of 2. By as many as 23 in the game right now, a 13-point deficit for the Mystics. Deep into the corner.
good job there by Sonia Citron to recover there.
Iriafin walled up on Williams, wins the battle.
Well, you couldn't play better deep, but Williams was so deep into the paint.
Austin going to work.
Really excellent footwork and finishing by Austin.
Late turns the corner.
Good recovery and contest by Austin.
Austin straight up, altered the shot, but Engsler goes right over top.
And she took a deep breath going up like, whew, that was some work to get that one up. You saw her cheeks blowing her on her face, sorry. Come out right.
Onyenwere, short range, no. And they have looked to push pace all evening long. Williams, blocked. Get out of here. Flores, oh, no call.
Yeah, you keep it moving. A bump and a bucket by Flores on that one. But he fenced down inside with another beatdown of a block.
Engsler working on Iriafin. Nice defense by Kiki. Samuelson, three-pointer, and nailed it.
And they needed that. They felt Washington knocking on that door. Blocked with that play.
Citron trying to get activated here in the fourth quarter. Austin, the pull-up, mid-range, too strong.
And that one was an Ethan trying to empty out and get out of the way of Austin on that one. She should have emptied to the strong side instead.
Carlton walled off. Late floater.
Here's Kiki trying to get established with her post position, trying to get that swim move, get that arm up in front.
Oh, just a little too much for Citron, who was open on the crossing route.
Too much smoke on that one for Citron to handle.
That was the first of the fourth. Barker met. Oh, Black, pull up, no. Oh, Flora fouled on the rebound.
Well, Washington defensively did a better job on that Iverson action.
From the outside. Go into Austin. Pushed, oh yeah. It's gonna go on Oblak.
On here.
Area Finn, the three glances off the rim.
I think it got deflected by.
Exler's still on the floor playing with those 5 fouls.
And there's Onyenwere again coming off that and staying connected to the cut to the weak side off that Iverson screen.
Oblak, active hands taken away. Citron transition triple, too strong. Austin tried to save it. Oh, and now Portland on the move. Barker over to Exler. And a foul.
Forward in the paint, 32 to 30. And with Washington averaging 42 points in there, it's well below their average in there. 4 of 14 on those second chance points. They're getting to the glass. Kind of finished.
Barker turns the corner, takes on 2 defenders. So she stepped on the baseline, and to your point about finishing, Sydney Johnson has been very candid about this inexperienced team as they continue to go on. He said, you're gonna have nights where it just doesn't go, and then you see them learn and grow the next time.
And that's what it takes, right? The ascension. Step back as they continue to grow.
Onyenwere spotting up, corner 3, in and out. Austin there.
There you go. Especially an inexperienced team, but at the same time, you have opportunities that you have to crack open or presented to you.
Geisel Suter from the top of the key is off to the right, and a foul on the rebound. Angela Dugalich on the floor. Citron giving chase as a turnover. That was the #1 adjustment that Sarama wanted to see from that June 28th meeting. He said something similar to Johnson in terms of progress is not linear.
And I love that, because that's the way my motto.
Exler underneath for 2 more.
You think it falls in, it's how you handle that adversity and continue to move forward. That's how you win.
Oh, Sony creating some space.
Nice screen there by Dugalich.
Tipped away. Prosper caught up, lost the handle.
Too many dribbles in, secure it, chin it, get those elbows out. Find a teammate that relocates to space.
Oblak lays it off. Exler with 3. Barker lets it fly. Dugalich stop and pop. That 3-pointer won't go down. Subs getting ready to check in for the Mystics. Rory Harmon and Lucy Olsen up off of the bench.
Rory Harmon is such a crowd favorite here by the Mystics fans.
The 3-point shooting. Washington just hasn't been able to get enough defensive stops. As Prosper, high arcing 3 around and out. Citron commits the foul this time. The second time this season that Washington has squared off against Dallas as that 2-pointer rims out. McMahon on the move. McMahon splits the defense, and reckless abandon from Cody McMahon. If you grew up on Space Jam, be and a photo op with your favorite Space Jam characters. Get yours now at mystics.WNBA.com.
My kids back in the day.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go get refreshed on all the characters. As Harmon got hung up on the screen. Foul is against Booner, and you mentioned the learning. You know, we saw it there with Harmon. Alethea Flores was getting last-minute instruction. Olsen pulls the triple trigger around and out. Dugalich blocked.
Well, I like
a whistle. Yep.
I like the intentionality there by Lucy Olsen. She scored 5 points in the last 2 games, respectively.
Make sure to tune in to Miss. Dugalich just defensive energy.
But that's what she said she wants to do, right? She said, I just want to come in and be a game changer with what I am able to do. She wants to be able to shoot the 3 ball a little bit better, and she said that to us after practices.
Oblak continues to fire at will. Prosper turns the corner, left and short. Dugalich battling.
Well, Washington can not going to for overtime like the last time they were matched up, but have been firing 3s all game.
Winter the night for Portland above their season average, burning up the nets.
And that's the thing with Portland, right? They came out of the gates and they had a huge first quarter. And that kind of made their mark, right? Coach Sarama said he couldn't even watch the game film of this game free in that first quarter, and that set the tone for this game for them on the road.
Harmon getting downhill for the lay-in, and the fans loving it. Handshakes have been exchanged. Portland comes in, they take the sequel, 75-56.
Well, they blistered the Nets from the outside. They had a strong start to this game. Washington just couldn't get to their bread and butter, which is in that painted area. And Washington averaged 42 in there, but couldn't get to what they wanted to on a consistent basis. So they have to learn from this one as they move forward for sure.